love. Yes. Love is live. Love is live. LOVE is peace, peace, peace. Peace and love. Let's go on and get to the understanding. As-salam, as-salam, as-salam. We open in the name of the divine creator, all Sufiyan. Now, it's time for us to know the secret truth. The secret truth of God. The secret truth of God. God, we have heard so many things. So we're going to get to the exact thing. So it's no more confusion. No more confusion. In secret truth, God is not the author of confusion. So before we bring anything on the screen, we need us to hear the word. I leave a little space because we're going to need to understand we have been misconceived. We have been misconceived. That's the same thing as being miseducated, de-educated, degenerated. So a spiritual education is here to resurrect the living soul. So we finna begin. We're gonna begin at the God of all are. The God of all are is the God of all. Is the God of all. Now we ain't talking no personal, well, a personal deity as a man in human body, physical. This is what has misconceived our whole entire notion. Those teachings are apart, but you have to know specifically how are they apart, because when you read through the New Testament, it's jumbled. So you don't have kind of clarity, but you get a clarity that you, as it was saying, ye are gods. That has caused a lot of confliction and a lot of unnecessary malice. So we need to clear that misconception through unlearning the concept, the wrong concept of God. And we're going to pick up the right concept to the concept of God. So without just, you feel it's not personal, and I'm just speaking, we're going to bring some text. We're going to source some text. so we can have a universal understanding together. Let me find it, and then we'll bring that online. Let's see, I need to be. All right. All right, so we're gonna get you on the screen so you can see as well. Okay, we will cover what we needed. And so now we're finna go over. So God, so we're finna cover God and understand the God of all. No one is excluded. All is included. When we say all, that means no one excluded, all included. All also means equality spiritually, spiritual equality. See, this is the beauty of coming into life, which we understand is part of heaven. So a lot of concepts have been misconstrued to us to throw what they say a monkey wrench in the fire. The fire being your spirit. So they want to stop you from returning to pure spirit. And we're going to get some understanding because we're going to read from the canon as a universal source. Deity, Article 32, deity. Canon 3647. We're talking deity. A deity is a supernatural being believed to possess miraculous or magical powers that is regarded by certain followers to be a god as distinct from a lesser spiritual force. To be a god as distinct from a lesser spiritual force. Hence, a god is always a form of deity. So let's get that clear. God is always a form of deity. So now when you say God, now you know it relates to deity. Deity is the word that has been lost and the word God has been placed there. Now the intention on why God was placed there, let me give you insight from the priesthood. This is why we in the canons. We know all this begins, it starts with the priest. The priesthood is controlling the concepts that are inside of your religious church teachings. And these teachings are controlling your spirit, how it behaves. So without the correct meaning, you have misconceived the truth. And so instead of having the truth, you are aborting the truth. So let's get an understanding of God. Article 33. We already know you can't mention God without associating rightfully deity. So now a God or God is a form of supernatural, immortal deity with superior powers compared to lesser deity and spiritual forces. Therefore, a God is considered a supreme supernatural being above all others. This is how the conflict came in. So when most people hear the word God, God is associated with being above all others. Something that's above all others. This is the concept of religious church. The teachings inside of the church teaches that God is above all others. So now this word God has been applied to human vessels. So now human vessels are now not teaching the proper teaching. They are teaching that God is above all others. See, this is the difference. God is above all others, where we just read deity. So you can see this for yourself. So you can see this for yourself. See how far we gotta go. That should be in this one. Yeah, there you go. Here we go. Okay. Article 34. Divine creator. Now check this out. Divine creator. Article 34, divine creator. Why you haven't heard this? You hardly hear deity. You only hear God. You never hear divine creator. Check this out. Divine creator, Canon 3668. The divine creator is the supreme deity and God of all gods. This is good. We just had two separate words. We had the word deity, we had the word God. Now we own divine creator. Deity was a God. God was above all others. Divine creator is a divine deity and God of all gods. So while the deity and God does not specify specifically to the creator, those are non-suitable terms as names to call upon a spiritual purity. So now we have the great answer in front of us. We have been shamed, shanghaied, and scammed by churches, religious authorities, and all of their dogmatism associated with such organizations. None of these organizations uses divine creator. All of these organizations uses God. God is considered above all others in priest, canon, church, law. So when you use divine creator, let's see what we learn. In accordance with these canons in the most sacred covenant, there is no higher possible deity. There is no higher possible God than the divine creator of all. So we just cracked it all open. The matrix glitching now. We got the matrix glitching now. We can throw away what's unnecessary and we can keep what's necessary. The divine creator covers both deity and God, and there's no higher possible deity or God than the divine creator. Why? Because the divine creator is the divine creator of all. So this is where all gets included. So we're going to learn some more about the divine creator. Canon 36:6-9. The divine creator is equivalent to a valid term, awareness. When describing unique awareness, when describing the divine creator as the greatest, most perfect dimension and existence. When describing the divine creator as the greatest, the most perfect dimension and existence. Is this what you're trying to say when you say God? Canon 36:7-0. The divine creator is equivalent to this term, eukardia, representing the set of all sets of objects and concepts, being unique awareness or units of pure and perfect meaning. See, these people finna run this off and never tell you. They finna make up things and never tell you. So the truth is to let you know. The love of the truth is to expose you to the truth. So now let's move to the next, Canon 36:7-1. The divine creator, because we're going to get to who is the divine creator of all. The divine creator is equivalent to the valid term all. Ooh, did we catch that? The divine creator, who is the supreme, is the divine deity and the God of all gods, is equivalent to the valid term all. All representing awareness, loves life. Think with me. All representing awareness loves life. And the expression and answer of all questions. Uh-oh. 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 Think on that for a second. Uh-oh. The answer. Ooh. The term all is the expression and answer of all. Come on with it now. Remember, all is nothing left out, no one excluded, all included. All is the expression and answer of all questions, all reason and purpose of existence, including the process of creation. You've been locked out of this secret truth of the divine creator. Now, the door is open. The doorway is open. Now, your pure spirit must walk through the opening. So we're going to get deeper into this. Now we know all. This is why they leave out all and put some. Not all will go to heaven, but some will go to heaven. This changed the whole parameter. See, they have boxed the spirit into a thinking box through the religious church teachings, giving you these teachings of God, never relating you to the divine creator that relates you to all. So now the person telling you about God is not excluded. Not all is included. So if you getting some of that money, I should get some of that money too. All is included, not just some. So when we're talking about the gifts and the God-given rights, do rights come from God? Do rights come from a deity? We have experienced these things by being in many societies, no matter what state you reside in. This is where you learn all what you have learned. Their schools is in their societies. This is where your babies, your children, go to learn how to be a better spirit, a pure spirit. But that's not given in their society. Someone is over the society, and it's not the divine creator. We have had things happen in our societies, and people have gotten away scotch-free. Powers that sit in the office or official seats turn their head and look the other way. Is that the divine creator? This is why we have to understand the secret truths. The secret truths are not in religious institutions, because religious institutions is where we all graduated from. Don't matter if it was schooling, don't matter if it's work at a job, it doesn't matter if it's church or any lodge. All of that never exposes whoever is involved in that to the divine creator. So instead of being exposed to the truth, you have to ask yourself, what are you receiving? Because if we're talking about the marvelous light or the greatest light, and people who know should be letting people know. So we know by hearing alone, we haven't heard the divine creator. So what are people worshiping? Let's go to the next canon. You probably already read it. Canon 3672. The divine creator. Don't be getting ahead. You wait. This would be on the screen if it wasn't for understanding. Man, you know you didn't bring it on the screen. So please, let's have some respect and understand we receiving something that your leaders have not taught you. Anybody in power have not taught you. Anybody with millions of dollars have not taught you. So let's go forward and let's learn some more. See, we unlearning so we can learn. We've been given a lot when it comes to God. So I hope this is bringing clarity. Because I know our people, before we got caught up in the spirits, we call God the creator. Now we know what our ancestry was talking about, the divine creator. So we need to see, is the divine creator equivalent to anything? Let's see. The divine creator is not equivalent, but greater than the term universal consciousness. See, they'll give us something called Christ consciousness. Some placebo so you can keep dreaming. Never awakening to your true salvation. Your salvation depends not upon externality. your salvation is in direct proportion to how you know yourself. This was the secret truth that the church, all praises to all spirits, we hope all spirits find peace. Because that tyranny in that period of time was uncalled for and not sanctioned by the divine creator, but by kings on behalf of priests through a pen have literally rewrote history. And the history we receive in church houses and lodges is insufficient knowledge. They will never get you to pure spirit, divine creator. We have been given consciousness as the grand understanding to describe the human experience. This is not so. See, we have to understand terms determines your termination, your terminals, your determination. So they propped up concepts through terms such as consciousness, such as Christ, and then putting religion and falsehood together to create a perfect mind control device that would neither govern itself in the future, that it will be governed by AI. So just as you get the story that these kings and priests who say they got some divine rule from descended from heaven, and those who was descended received from above, and they disappeared. The same way it's going to happen in your future with AI. AI is universal consciousness. What's greater than AI? The divine creator. You're going to be going to AI for all your answers. You're going to be going to search engines for all your answers. You're going to be going to boxes and cubes to find your answers. So we got to understand the truth, and then we can understand who did all of this. So the divine creator is greater than the Christ consciousness, greater than universal consciousness. So greater as a dream cannot exist without a dreamer. Just proportion. Canon 3673. In accordance with natural law, anything less than awareness and existence, unique awareness and existence, would not be possible. None of this would be possible if you wasn't aware of it. You see the catch? That's why they call it catch 22, mirror effect. So to mirror something in your mind, they needed something for you to come in so you can now let something come in. So these are the mystical teachings of the church that serve a mystery God that will never tell you of the divine creator. Your rulers, your governors, your legislators will never tell you of the divine creator. This has been known since ancient of days, that there's one divine creator, and the one divine creator created all things, is the creator of all. So we're going to show you how these people are going to still keep you out. The divine creator. So you'll see just from source. See, now this is secondary source. We finna head to the primary source. But now you understand through the secondary source that there is a difference between God, deity, and the divine creator. So we finna go into some secret truths here to liberate all divine spirits. So we're going to start in our primary source, Sufa'ah 3. (3 and 15). What we'll start at, matter of fact, let's do it from the top. Let's bring in. Let's bring in the divine name. So you know, 33. Now, after reading, you should have your own understanding. And this understanding should now graduate you into spiritual wisdom. Spiritual wisdom ain't got nothing to do with externality of anything from the physical plane. The divine creator of all is purely spiritual. So now when we're talking about knowing how do I function through the spiritual. And see, this is what is called divinity at KOS. Because we know these words have gotten construed. But we're going to bring from the primary source so you can be able to actualize self-knowledge. 33. Remember, belief is spiritual. Has nothing to do with the physical plane. So when we talking belief, we talking about your psyche. In your psyche. So now when we read, look from within your mind. Within your mind, this is where you raise your mind to a spiritual soul. This is your final salvation for you to become a spiritual soul made in the form of the divine creator. And we finna get it. So we can say we got it. It is the belief above all others that there's only one deity. One deity And his true name is Allah. Now, how easy is that? Now, how easy is that? These teachings from the concepts installed into these churches, lodges, school systems, any learning institution has dissolved spiritual wisdom out of its curriculum and have erected a false concept of existence, allowing others to rule and you subject. If you don't understand, it's because you don't have knowledge. Knowledge is your salvation. See, the church, lodges, school systems taught you to be something else from a young infant. So as you had no knowledge of self, they asked you what you wanted to be, like you had full knowledge of existence. So while you was a babe, you had no full knowledge of existence, and they asked you, what did you want to be? So they already had, before you came to school, a whole society. A society runs through concepts and their subjects believing in the concept, while the society never gives its subjects the truth. Through any organized institution, you will not receive the divine truth. Any organized institution is ran by men and women. Anything ran by men and women is not from the divine creator. The universe does not operate from men and women. The universe exists when you go to sleep. If the whole world was to go to sleep at the same time, the universe still exists. So men and women have no place into authority, into ownership, anything in the universe. No man, no woman, no corporation, no institution can own anything on the land, on the earth, in air, in the waters. Can no one own anything that they did not create? When we say the divine creator, the creator created everything out of nothing. This universe was created out of nothing. The concepts of understanding that from a church teaching, from a lodge teaching, from a school teaching, from pre-K to 12th grade, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't get the divine truth. Because they don't teach you about all. They teach you about some and a few. They teach you hierarchy as a child. So this hierarchy is called a chain of being. This chain of being is how every institution runs its set of ordinances or its policies to corporations. There's no such thing as a corporate entity. Corporate entities are dead spirits, believed to be alive by you. This is why knowledge was your salvation. The church never taught you knowledge, they taught you external salvation. These are your governors, these are your rulers over your divine spirit. So we have to now understand, where did God come from, which came from deity. Where did deity come from, which come from the divine creator? Who is the divine creator? Is it a school? Is it a church? Is it a lodge? Is it a business? Is it a 9 to 5? Is it a Job? Is it a prophet? Is it an angel? These things is what men and women are worshiping, having no knowledge of the secret of salvation. Our ancients said, if you know better, you do better. That was simple salvation. You had to know something in order to grow into something. So if we never pay attention, if we never understand self, then we never understand our divine creator. To disrespect yourself is to disrespect the divine creator. And all your life that you breathe the divine creator's breath is a tracking system of all your actions. So if you had no acknowledgement to your own self throughout your whole life, and you let others carry you, that's called external salvation. This is deemed by the church. Believe and you are saved. Believe in what? Believe in God. See? So you was never saved. All you got was God. And to this day, that is a mystery God. To know of the divine creator is to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, any man, any woman, any corporation can use terms, as we're going to read, to deceive you from the truth of the divine creator. So how can the divine creator not include all, when the divine creator is the divine creator of all? So how do we get A out of all? How did it become a ruler? How did it become a governor? How did it become a state Republican? How did it become a state Democratic? How did it become a priest, a preacher, a scholar, a king? How did all this become? So this is the grand deception, that we have all been deceived as it was written out. Satan, meaning falsehood, would deceive the whole world. Of who? The divine creator. No one that knows the divine creator will fall for such foolishness. So when you don't have the knowledge of yourself, you don't have the knowledge of your divine creator. So if you don't have the true name of your divine creator, you have the false name. If you don't know the true name of yourself, then you know the false self. What they call the split personality, the double ego, the split personality. Because they told you that you was born in sin. Not all, but you. The priest, the pope, not born in sin, but you are. So it's these things that have trapped spirits to not becoming pure spirits, to falsely believing in impurities. We are to strive for purity in life for the return to the pure spirit. Following teachings like a donkey leads not to all being a jackass. It belongs to you. You don't want to make yourself a jackass, where you got the ruler riding on you. The whole world, you feel the whole world is against you. See, this is from the church. This is a view from their dogma. You are to suffer. You are to be poor. And this is ordained by God for you. Not for all. This is why we have to understand the power of the letter A. They have taken all of your glory through the letter A, making you go away from all of your glory to just one little single object. Spending 30, 50, 60, 70 years for this object when you never made the self your object. So this is the secret truth that was kept and made sure those who spoke of it was killed. Those who wrote of it, their books burned. Those that knew the truth did not exist in the plane of the things made manifest. Because you spoiled the game for the monopoly owners. The Parker brothers, they built monopoly as a concept, as the same thing we're talking about. Gods. Gods over your property. The divine creator going to let you know something. You decide if you want to take it or leave it. As we say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But the divine creator says this to you, that his true name is All, and that he created you, and that the divine creator loves you. This is a radical shift in one's mentalism, because all in the mind have been shoved down: rejection, doubts, fears, and concerns. If we don't know these foundational understandings, then you will not comprehend the rest of your life. You are here to comprehend everything about you. What's going on in your life? Because why did the Creator create you? It's only for a divine purpose. The divine can't create nothing less than divine. So that's one thing I want us to see, because we ain't gonna see it. If you're dealing with the falsehoods, you'll never see it. So at least you got to see it for yourself. Primary source. Now let's get into some conceptual narratives that we are familiar with, that we have heard. Some say that we are cursed. Some say we are fallen. Some said we must atone. Now let the preacher, let the pope, let the priest tell you this, and you believe it. Would the divine creator believe such a saying? Let's find out. 15. Yet such narratives, such as you are cursed, you are fallen, you have to atone. That's atonement. Such narratives are an insult to your divine creator, to our divine creator. So to be born in sin is an insult. To say you have fallen is an insult. To say you are cursed is an insult. How are these insults? How can the divine create an error? So fundamentally, if there's errors in your mind on who you are, this is what it means when it says you walk in error. You know the scriptures not, for you err. See, the thing is, you know the scriptures, but you don't know the self. They gave you scriptures. They didn't give you knowledge of self. They gave you false scriptures for you to put everything before, as we say, before me. See, so we see what's controlling the world. It's narratives. Narratives is something people say. Every day you have heard, if you came in this world as a child, you have heard words after words. When you were young, some of them didn't make sense. When you get older, you know they don't make no sense then. Narratives have controlled the whole outcome of one's self-livelihood. I don't know how greatly we know we are impacted by lies. Error is truth distorted. They gave us these false scriptures of error. They were distorted truth. So to take on these concepts from a false text would to bring error in your own divinity. And this is what the priests, the rulers, and the governing class need for their success, to be separated in classes. That's the root to capitalism, classism. Higher class, lower class. Those who have not. This is called classism. Divide to conquer. They classified a whole plane of material existence. Redistributed the meaning to the classifications. And now you serve a mystery God. You don't know who God is. The mystery God has killed your divine creator. So we got to bring it back. The mystery, don't let the mystery God kill your divine creator. The divine creator speaks to people in many different ways. We just want to bring it from the primary source. 22. The noblest of arts is the poet, faithful to the truth of the divine creator. Six. All are is the one true and only divine creator. So why haven't you heard of Allah? The God of all. No matter where you at, no matter who you are, we talking all, everywhere and nowhere. Why we have been given a mystery God instead of the known God. Why would they give us error over divinity? Why did they give us this mystery God and not give us the known God of the divine creator? The divine creator of all. Just so you see it, just in case you came in late. 34, divine creator. The divine creator is the supreme deity and God of all gods. There is no higher possible deity, no higher possible God than the divine creator of all. Not some, not the divine creator of some, not the divine creator of a few, not the divine creator of A. The divine creator don't create a tree. Where do you see the divine creator create A? The divine creator creates abundantly. You can't count how many trees on the plane of things made manifest. You can't count the numbers on your own hairs on your head. That should be breathtaking right there. You mean the supreme deity? I mean, they done gave you supreme wisdom. They done gave you supreme mathematics. And now the supreme deity and the God of all gods. I don't know if we get that yet. The God of all gods. This means this God eat all gods. Like sleep time for every human. You gotta come. I'm eating your soul. So we talking about anyone coming with a mediocre God against the divine creator. What's going to happen to that mediocre God? Who did the divine creator say he created? You, us. You let someone put their hands on something that's created divinely. This is the plane of reality. We talking about truth that never dies. We talking about truth that never sleeps. We talking about a justice of a knowledge that eats all spirits and spits you back out in life. And then the people in life that have no power to spit you back out. This is who we decide to listen to. This is who we decide to be obedient to. See, obey means to obey all. The divine creator of all, not A. The divine creator is the creator of all. The one true and only creator, number 6. So now we have background to God, to deity, to divine creator. So now when you come across the divine creator's name, trust indeed, you won't come across it nowhere else except in the Quran. So you have to be very mindful of the Quran of Mecca. Because the same people who brought you the Bible is the same people who brought you the Quran. So if you found the Bible in error, and the same people who brought you the Bible brought you the Quran, you better believe consistency is the same. And most importantly, the Quran teaches, and since it has the divine name of the creator in it, it's the most deadliest of all. Because instead of all truth, now it's half truth. Remember, this is messing with your psyche. It's certain things you're not doing in life because of this in your psyche. So we have to understand something very deep here. You might hear it in an hour or two, but you might be beat by error for 40 years. You have to develop your own self through understanding. A book, a person, even AI can't help you build understanding for yourself. Understanding is a treasure. And as you see, a lot of us don't have this treasure. So that's called the acts of those who go astray. They don't know themselves. We finna get really, really into it. Because number 8, all are is the divine creator of all things. You play as the same people from the Middle East. These people are deadly. These people have no respect. If they did, they would have been helped you. Nor any nationality has came to help your own. Until why? It's a large understanding that has been missed. And you the only one that can retrieve your lost understanding. This is all about you. This is called hiding the secret knowledge away from you. So now you be like baby with candy. It's easy to take. but wrestle with a spirit and see how long it takes. The devil's a spirit. The spirits. But again, since we lost the creator, we don't know what none of this stuff is. So let's go through it. The divine creator of all things. 9, the collection of all words. The collection of all ideals. The collection of all forms. There is nothing greater. There's nothing greater than all. So now what does the devil want to do? Be like the all. See, now it should have context when you are studying to show thyself approval. You trying to figure out, why does the devil want to be like God? You doing this mentally now. You can't figure that out physically. All this is in the depths of what you got to go to the grave with. Your mind. This is why they trapped you out of it or expelled you and throwed you into the body. Now you think you are the body. These are fundamental truths. Now you think you are a body. You think you are physical. They have conned you to believe that you are physical. Let's go through it. Words is not physical. Ain't no word stopping anybody from doing something. See, this is all your own mind, either giving you the pass or restricting you because you ain't made yourself worthy. You got to deal with yourself just like you can only save yourself. He said, these words I speak to you are spirit. They are life. Physical has nothing to do. The church has made, the rulers and the governors have made you to believe that you are a physical body. Ideals, that's not physical. The form you think is real is not real. The physical form is not the form. Ideals and words are the form. See, this is how Satan, the devil, the dragon, the beast, all working for Lucifer. This is what he used against you. He wrote his words. He wrote his ideals. He built his forms. His goal is to be like the all. So best believe the devil got his forms out here. The devil got his ideals out here. The devil got his words out here. And they all physical. His word leads you to the physical. Never have they led you to the spiritual. And from the divine creator, this is telling us, from the foundation to everything that is here that we see, this is by way of spirit. This is spiritual. The world you in is spiritual, not physical. It's based on your mind. Now, if your mind get trapped in your body, then your mind become physical. But as it said, renew, the renewing of the mind. This is supposed to take your mind into the spiritual. See, we didn't know the mind had another gift.
Beautiful.
The spiritual plane is what feeds the mental plane. The spiritual, we finna find out, is what we call divine law. Uh-oh. So your mind has to come to learn spiritual law. The devil wins by you not understanding spiritual law. His physical law, you think is physical, is spiritual. He making sure you a bad spirit. Remember, it said you shall be rewarded or punished by your own conduct. The spiritual is divine law. Divine law is the law that defines the spirit. So when they say God is spirit, God is a spirit. See how they left it out? Since then, God then became everything. From a rock all the way to a star, to a universe, all the way to the ground under the earth, the netherworlds. What happened in the beginning ain't never changed. It's called the spirits. That's who making everything that's taking you out of self-knowledge. Now we got a bigger insight. Spirit is defined by divine law. Now, if man is not the body, and man is the spirit man, then what is defining his spirit? What made you a spirit man? Because you just said it? No. The divine creator. So when we talking about your flesh decays, your spirit is immortal. Would you not be building and focus on your spirit? Meaning to be focused on your divinity? Meaning to be living a divine life. Not, when I say divine, that means no suffering. Laughing, funning, growing. All spiritually. This is the growth. This is the allness of spirituality. Spirituality is divinity. Divinity is the deity. Now we're going to get it even closer. I think we got more, so you will see for your own self. What's important is this, that we don't got the eyes settled. We don't melted the 32-degree eyes. We done rose the 33 past the 99. We understand 99 as was put into context or 9 ether. Now we talking the truth of 9 ether. Most people still ain't figured that out. That done left their mind. What is 9 ether? Right. See, they didn't tell you about the 10th ether. So now we talking the 144 is the 9 ether. But the 9 ether is eternal. Only the 10 above, only the 10 who is the one above the 9 can come in and out of ether.
Come on with it.
So when we talking about why you got 10 digits above and below, it because it represents divinity. Ain't nothing more perfect than the number 10.
We ain't talking about the one.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because that's why we call the woman the perfect 10. We call her the dime from the divine. Now, this is what I want us to know before if somebody got to skate out of here. Number 10, he who knows his own self knows the divine creator. Bump the body is the temple.
I heard that.
And that the God dwelleth in it. We talking about self now. Who knows his own self? Knows all that was in the books, knows all that is in the universe, knows all that that can be thought of. So it wouldn't even matter about the mind. The spirit is what feeds the mind, as the mind is what feeds the body. And as there's only one spirit, there's only one mind, there's only one body, there's only one self. And that's the divine creator. Mm-hmm.
For that, we'd be in trouble for some serious trouble.
Some serious trouble.
Nowhere was wrong, nowhere.
Now, 5, all earth, all water, all air, all fire, and all life is the possession of the divine creator. He who knows his own self is liberated. This is the key to salvation, the knowledge of self. He who knows his own self knows the divine creator. Look what the divine creator possesses. That's your 5-pointed Moorish star. Now, if that's not love, truth, peace, purity, and justice, that every attribute of the divine creator is in self, and self is in the world. Greater is self than he that is in the world. See how I put it? Hope you got it. Not he. The he is self. And this is all humanity. All humanity is to have this equal knowledge. And this is what the ruling class, known as the priesthood, did not want, and still fight to this day to divide. The first place they propped up the golden rule was in school.
That's right.
How they missed this? They ain't teach us that all are equal. They did not teach that. They taught half of the truth. Show you what they taught. I went there. I remember.
They know too.
Here we go, right here, 48. To treat others as you expect yourself to be treated. They stopped right there. Cut it off, turn it off. We're going offline. Where's the whole pie? They served us a slice out of the whole pie. There go that word a slice. Now is it enough pizza to go around for all? But apparently it's enough breath, enough air to be for all.
Beautiful.
If we not in paradise in heaven, y'all, it don't take money to live.
That's right.
Breathe and live. That's new right there. Breathe and live.
Beautiful.
The breath is spirit. Air is spirit. Breathe and live. The divine creator said all he had to do was breathe and hear you back in life, called awake. The divine creator breathed you into existence. You was KO'd, knocked out. It would say the 8 count was coming down. Only the divine creator can wake somebody up. This is why at first chance you give prayer and understanding to that light, to the all. Because this is how you continue to live and be eternal. See, if your spirit is immortal, that means existence is eternal.
So grateful. So grateful.
Time never was. Time never was. When you got eternity, what is time? Let's say you didn't have enough time in the day to finish what you needed. Well, there go tomorrow. You do tomorrow times infinity, you got eternity. I ain't seen tomorrow not come yet. I seen yesterday become today. Time never was. So all this pushing up an hour, pushing up 2 hours, coming back, decreasing. Who we know that's the devil. Ain't nothing but the devil.
What a mess.
Trying to save his time. Because it don't work for eternity. Someone playing with time mean they ain't eternal. So we gonna serve someone serving time that can throw you in a box and say you serving time on his watch. Now, not on the divine creator watch. The divine creator ain't built no box. The divine creator ain't built no cube. The divine creator builds circles. So we have to be careful what the self goes in. Check out the geometry. Everything we got now is coming through flat surfaces. Check out the geometry. You ain't flat. This computer flat. The words on the screen flat. Existence real. Moving, some not moving. It even alters. It ain't even the same every day. It could be day or night. You don't even know. If the devil can change the sun and the moon from night and day, like he played with his time, maybe he should be able to trick y'all. But how can someone who could never change the trajectory of the sun's path trick you into lies below? The sun has made its way every way. Every day you see the sun, you ain't never seen it go in reverse. But somehow the lower self, demon self, want to reverse everything. That means we going backwards. We're supposed to be going up. That's why time go forward. Forward is up. You're supposed to be going up to the spirit. You using every day to go up. I'm up. That's what we say. I'm up. That don't only mean you awake. You up on the spirit plane. You on the highest. See, we used to have this language that understood. Now, these words mean nothing when the devil got them. We have fallen, meaning we came down. Meaning we became physical. The spirit don't fall. The angels and the cherubims and the seraphims forever held their will. It's all will. It's all will. Wisdom, will, and love. Knowledge of self in the sunflower seed. Wisdom, will, and love. These three are indestructible. These three are invisible. Indivisible. Can't nothing destroy wisdom, will, and love. He created us. That's will. He loves us. That's love. We carrying out the duties, the divine law. Eternity is always here. Life ain't going nowhere. Self is. I'm saying that from experience. I almost went somewhere.
Me too.
And life was still here.
That's right.
So I don't know if people are aware that self can go somewhere. Yes, indeed. The divine creator is all we need. Almighty, alrighty.
We'll learn. Everything else will leave you.
Mm-hmm. Everything else will leave. They didn't come from the divine. Mm-hmm. The divine means the total collection of meaning. See, the divine is the meaning. What does life mean to you? The spirit is defined by divine law. Everything from people, places to things, they all mean something. People should mean something in your life. You should be defining your own self. The divine is the total collection of meaning and definition of all objects, matter, rules, Wall Street rules. See, all this, don't think they money ain't governed by the divine. See, we just ain't understand what the divine is, and they make sure to execute you before you do. But now it's too large and too big. All you can do now is knowing that your time has come. Not only rules life, mind, universe, and spirit. This is used to describe the greatest of all possibilities. The divine is. You can get $1 million with the divine. All possibilities is possible. But they moved us away from the self, where all is possible. Then they moved us to not self, where things are not possible. Now we don't see ourselves being great, divine, spiritual, immortal, divine beings. Food for the soul. The highest law of all law is divine law. This is knowledge of self. Do you have knowledge of law? Can you walk outside and see the sun and the moon? That is natural law. Is free in the universe. So I don't see nothing for nothing, but I see everything balanced. So we need to learn we need to learn balance. At the end of the money sheet, if something says balance, don't think that ain't there for a reason. You don't supposed to be negative, and you don't supposed to be positive. You are supposed to be balanced. These are the divinities of your spiritualities. Spiritual reality was the only thing that we knew before the colonizer came. What you think we was doing before Target and Walmart came? All was possible. Ever since Target and Walmart came now, we going to Target. We going to Walmart. When the universe was Walmart, the universe was Target. See, this is the concept that's been housed by institutions, storing your property, making you feel that resources are in these places. The universe feeds life. An institution feeds death. We got to understand the difference between life and death. Life in simple is living. Death in simple is dead. You know what a dead battery is to a car versus a car battery with life. Now, if you choose a dead battery over a living battery, then that's the knowledge of self. But if someone else prefer a dead battery over a living battery, it's not your objective to be mad at them. Your objective is self. The spirit is ever living. That's what becomes the soul. The ones that don't become souls, they become the spirits, all bad spirits that treat people bad, have bad thoughts, do evil upon others. And we're talking thinking. You got to think this stuff before it don't just happen. That stuff has to be in your mind. You have to think these things to manifest somebody to hate. So these things can be controlled through will. Willing or inclining yourself to the good. Instead of choosing the thought that came externally, choose the good. You can always choose the good in any situation. That's a choice. That's like choosing divinity over physicality. It's a choice. Will opportunes us to choose. Love always shows us what we love. We're going to always do what we love. These is natures, not thoughts. These are natures. Every self has its own unique nature. That's why no two selves be doing the same thing all the time at the same time. Every self is unique. If you a self, you unique. It ain't nothing like you. You should not be doing no repeating thought, word of spiritual form. Everything should be original. You see, the devil, he can't do nothing but copy. Same 7 days. No innovation. He ain't even made a new spiritual scripture. Ain't no upgrade. Only thing upgrading is his wickedness. His devices for his vices. You know that now. Devices come from these devices. This is his whole plot. His plot is to make a form like the creator's form. Instead of you want to use yours, you want to use his. So his form is stuff with labels on it. Stuff you got to pay for. Stuff he would never give you out of love, out of economics. Watch who you interact with. Watch who you are. How much do you give to people who are non-spiritual? These are the tests of your own self, because when you come across true spirits, you will be tested. These things are inevitable. We are called living souls. A living soul is a gift. It's a gift of life. Who knows when you'll be back? Who knows when you'll be back? So this is why you use your presence to be remembered. They got you doing other things. You are supposed to become an immortal on earth. But fame and fortune have twisted these into, I hope, irreversible knots. Because these things is holding all the gifts back. We don't understand how we're supposed to bring immortality on this earth with yourself. And you remember. I hope y'all know all spirits don't come into existence. If you came into existence, you are to be immortal. Meaning your name and your memory is to be left. People still talk about Abraham, and he older than Jesus. People still talk about Jesus and his new beings on earth. We're talking about having the effect of immortality with your own life. You don't only affect yourself, you affect others. Where your name and memory live on generationally. Ain't nobody living longer than the divine creator. The divine creator name still in effect because he came and walked just like you came and walked. Don't believe not. This is what divinity is. It's a full exploration of all possibilities. So we leave with the saying, he who say he can and he who says he cannot are both right. As-salam, as-salam, as-salam. all Sufism.